a recipient of those funds, which really supports organizations throughout the state of Maryland that then train individuals so that they can get well-paying jobs that lead to a career. We've trained over 180 individuals here through our training program. We recently opened a second location in Prince George's County, and in about 6 months we'll open another location in Salisbury, Maryland. So we're really excited. By the end of this year, we'll be training over 130 people a year to go into the automotive field. The amazing thing is our individuals now graduating from this program and starting at over $25 an hour. So really making a tremendous salary. A number of our guys are in the back. Some of our interns in the back. You guys raise your hand if you're in our intern program.
No, sir.
We have our instructors. You know, you can't do this without a tremendous team. If you're on the Vehicles for Change team, raise your hand. Thank you guys for all you do. And then when we started our program years ago, you know, we were just a car award program when we started Vehicles for Change back in 1999. And we couldn't have done it without the support of the Department of Human Services and the DSS offices around the state of Maryland, who fund the repairs that we have to put into the vehicles. These vehicles didn't need a whole lot of repairs, thank you very much. But typically we put in more than $1,200 just in parts in the vehicles that we put on the road, and then a lot of our interns train on those vehicles before they become mechanics. So we're excited about that process. And then we've been working with Secretary Green and his folks in identifying more individuals that we can bring into our program and build that opportunity as we get opportunities for individuals who are previously incarcerated. And one of the things that we are really working on here at Vehicles for Change is expanding that beyond auto technicians into other fields as we work with other employers across the state of Maryland to try to create even greater opportunities and show them how well our guys are doing. I always say, guys, we have men and women in our program, have our folks that come through our program and have those opportunities. Today we add a new partner to the Vehicles for Change family, and that's the folks at the Department of General Services. And I really want to thank Secretary Churchill and Jack Howard, who those guys and their entire team have been working on this. You know, COVID put us all kind of in a hiatus for about 2 years. I think this would have happened 2 years ago if we hadn't gotten stuck. But, and the other piece of that now is that we are repairing the vehicles that are in the state fleet. So the vehicles come here, they go through the repair process, so the state pays Vehicles for Change to do the automotive repairs to the state vehicles. We use that money to put back into our training program. And so when I say full circle, we are talking about, I mean, the big circle here, right? So doing a lot of great things, and we're excited to do this today. We have 6 outstanding, I think all women. Usually we have a couple men filtered in there, but today we have all single moms that are going to be getting cars from us, and so we're excited about that. And then Secretary Churchill is going to come back up. We have our Indy 500 event. He's going to count to 3, and we're going to start our engines. All right? So, all right. So let's see. Simone, where's my list of who's got what keys? Monique Armstrong. Monique, she resides in Baltimore City and is a daycare provider, has 3 children that participate in basketball and dance. What happened to baseball? I was a baseball coach for a long time. No baseball. Miss Armstrong uses ride shares, family and public transportation to get around, which cost her between $100 and $200 a week. And takes 3 to 4 hours to get back and forth. This is what your own car changes. With a new car, she plans to go to school for early childhood education and will have time to finish writing a book. Oh. How cool is that? And Monique's keys, who has Monique's keys? Miss Robinson. Absolutely. Woo-hoo! And you can go over to your car now. Awesome. Miss Tiffany Green, her keys are with Simone, where are you? They're up here? All right, here we go. I get to hand her keys over. Miss Green is a resident of Lexington Park, Maryland. She currently works as an overnight stocker at Walmart. Miss Green has to rely on others for rides, costing her $50 a week. With her car, she plans on going back to school to learn to work with special needs children. How awesome is that? Miss Green. Miss Brittany Harvin. And Miss Harvin was going to come up and talk a little bit to us later, so we're not going to give too much of her information away, but she is also a Baltimore City resident and the mother of a 2-year-old who is now back here wreaking havoc somewhere else, as 2-year-olds are supposed to do. She plans to take her aunt on a trip out of Baltimore and go to school for teaching. Awesome. And Secretary Churchill has her keys. Miss Felicia Jenkins. Miss Jenkins is a Baltimore City resident whose favorite thing to do is auto mechanic training. Wait a minute, is she in our program yet? However, due to the lack of reliable transportation, she has not been able to pursue her auto mechanic dreams. Where's our recruiter? Janae, have you met this Miss Jenkins yet? You need to come up here and speak with her, please. With her new car, she plans to start school as an automotive mechanic right here at Vehicles for Change. Right, Miss Jenkins? And Secretary Green was going to give you your keys. Miss Amani Justice is a lifelong Baltimore resident. She enjoys going to the gym and playing volleyball and currently works for Amazon as a night shift stocker and goes to school for medical assistance. Before a vehicle, Miss Justice relied on ride shares, which cost her $50 a week. Boy, it's kind of a recurring theme here. You know, if you don't have a car, it is not cheap to get around. Amani's first trip after receiving the car will be to her grandfather's house in Annapolis and to the mall. Miss Justice. And last but not least, you get to get your keys from the Lieutenant Governor. Miss Shakoya Miles. Miss Miles is a resident of Silver Spring. She has a passion for writing and Spanish. With this car, she plans to go to Virginia, visit her sister, who she only gets to see once a year. As someone that grew up in the foster care system, she sees this car as a blessing. Lieutenant Governor, are you going to do our Indianapolis start? Sure. Ladies, go ahead.
Yeah, you can get in.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, start your engine! Ms. Harvin?
Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak on today. It is such a blessing to be here. I thank God right now for this right now moment. I'm so grateful, filled with gratitude. I was just telling Ms. Tizada that if you cut me right now, blood wouldn't even escape my veins. It would be nothing but gratitude oozing from my veins right now. But I'm just so blessed and so thankful to be here on today. As a foster care child myself, I grew up in foster care, so I identify with Queen, I forget what your name is. And, you know, growing up in Baltimore City, being a product of my environment and overcoming a lot of things. I've been through a lot of things in my life, and this day right here is just divine confirmation that I am well on my way, that God is really real, because God has his hands in so many of our lives. And I just feel so blessed because little old me is driving off today with a brand new car. And the people, yes. And just to know that the people that have been working on my car are victors, people who have needed a second chance. I know everything about needing a second chance. Just to tell a little bit about myself right now, because I'm just so grateful and thankful for my testimony. I found out about Cars for Change as I was staying at House of Ruth, which is a center for a domestic violence center for victims and their children. And when I heard about this program, I was just so grateful to know that it is actually possible, let alone that I got accepted. So I want to give a big shout out to Miss Taisha Jones at House of Ruth, Maryland, my girl, Miss Myra, who is my son's daycare provider. Huge shout out to Ms. Tizada Carpenter for just holding my hand through this process and just loving on me and giving me encouragement through some dark days, some days when I didn't know if, you know, what was going and what was coming, you know. But one thing that I preach about a lot, because I have my own women's support group called Soul Soarers that I facilitate, and I tell the women all the time to always be grateful for every single thing. I mean, every single thing in life, because gratefulness is a magnet for miracles. And this right here today, Vehicles for Change, is being a miracle in my life right now. I'm going to be able to get back and forth to my job, the Baltimore Montessori Public Charter School. Shout out to my Baltimore Montessori Public Charter School family. I'm going to be able to expose my son to have a lot more experiences for his life. He's already so well-rounded, as you guys can probably see already. His name is Lord Zion King. He is filled with purpose, and this right here, this opportunity, this experience for second chance is going to bless my life. And not only that, but because I'm a change agent in my own community, it's going to bless thousands of lives. Everybody who's a connection and who's connected to me is going to be blessed with this opportunity as well. So I thank God for this right now moment. And thank you so much to everybody who has their hands in my blessing on today. I do not take it at all for granted. And you all are beautiful people, purposeful people. So you should be thankful and you should be grateful. And you should be especially, you know, proud of yourselves for the impact that you're doing in everybody else's lives. So it's a beautiful thing. I thank God for this moment. Thank you so much.
Secretary, we'd like to provide the Secretary with this certificate, award of appreciation presented to the Maryland Department of General Services in appreciation of your partnership with Vehicles for Change and our mission to end generational poverty.